Well, if you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble, brother. You better leave that liar alone. Now, if you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble, brother. You better leave that liar alone. Well, you see that old liar coming down the street.
Well, the first thing she'll do is she'll show her teeth.
Well, the next thing she do, she tell a doggone lie.
Well, you better let the liar pass on
By
by.
now, if you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble, brother. You better leave that liar alone.
Right soon in the morning before you go out.
Well, you see that old liar coming to your house.
Well, she'll say, Sister Sue, I ain't got long to stay.
And the next thing you know, she'll stay all day.
Now, if you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble, brother. You better leave that liar alone.
Right soon one morning before you go out.
Now you see that old liar with a big dimpled smile.
Well, she'll talk about Sally and she'll lie on Jane.
Well, you say anything about it, don't you mention my name.
Now, if you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble, brother. You better leave that liar alone.
Now, if you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble. If you don't want, you don't have to get in trouble, brother. You better leave that liar alone.
Thank you, folks. Thanks, everybody. That's Ben Hunter. I'm Joe Siemens. We're delighted to be here kicking off this party on the road to Wintergrass with our buddies Dead Grass and Hot Buttered Rum. First song came from the Golden Gate Vocal Quartet. They are a wonderful gospel group out of West Virginia. Now we're going to go down south, play you a song from Georgia. This one comes to us from our friend Frank Malloy via his uncle, Uncle Joe Bullington, and it's called Rabbit Under a Collard Leaf.
Now we're going to transition a little bit from songs about liars and rabbits into a song about murdering people. Pretty reasonable transition,
but it's not. It's a special kind of murder, folks.
As they tend to be.
Oh, just very, very unique, very special. It's a kind of murder that teaches us about how whatever you do, you can take joy in your work. And this song comes to us from the great, the immortal Blake Alfonso Higgs, who was a blind singer and musician that based down in the Bahamas. He played at the Nassau Hotel with his Royal Victorian Calypso Orchestra. And we think that he composed this song. This is called Jones, Oh Jones.
Boys, I had a friend by the name of Jones, and his idea sure was wrong.
Why was that, Benjamin?
I took old Jones for my personal friend. Don't you see what Jones had done?
Not yet, man. You have to tell
Now
me.
Jonesy hung around me like a hungry hound. Took my woman and he left this town.
Oh, I see.
Now I wonder if anybody in here can tell me if they seen no Jones. Jones, oh Jones, boy, you know you can't last long. Jones, oh Jones, you better bring my woman back home. Got a 4 down, you with me, gon' buy a Gatling gun. I never meet you, Jones, I'm going to give the buzz, it's fun. I got the ambulance down here with me, the undertaker too, and here's a student doctor's offering me money for you. I'm going to take you for myself, I'm going to kill you dead, then bury you. Gonna dig you up for fun, I'm going to stand and watch the buzzards pick the meat off your bones. I'm going to take my weight and butcher, gonna chop you through and through. I'm going to chop you into pieces just big enough for stew on. When I get through, everybody's gonna moan. Jones, oh Jones, Jones, oh Jones, boy, you know you can't last long. Jones, oh Jones, you better bring my woman back home. Yes, I had a little gal by the name of Sue. I took her home with me, but that Sue, she wouldn't do. But I had another gal by the name of Minnie. She didn't want one man because she loves a plenty. But I had another gal by the name of May. I took her home with me, but that gal, she wouldn't stay. I got a 4 Daniel with me, gon' buy a Gatling gun. I never miss you, Jones, I'm going to give the buzzards fun. See, Jones, he told me that he was my personal pal, but your son, the bum, you done and stole away my gal. Now I'm up and down that town, just looking for that bum. I never meet you, Jones, I'm going to give the buzzards fun. I took you to my place, I gave you room to stay, but your son, the bum, you took my gal and ran away. I got the ambulance down here with me, the undertaker too, and here's a student doctor's offering me money for you. I'm going to take you for myself, I'm going to kill you dead then bury you. Gonna dig you up for fun, I'm going to stand and watch the buzzards pick the meat off your bones. I'm going to take my weight and butcher, gonna chop you through and through. I'm going to chop you into pieces just big enough for stew on. When I get through, everybody's gonna moan. Jones, oh Jones. Thank you, folks. You know, we're here to celebrate the road. We're here to hop on the road or walk the road to Wintergrass. That's right. Which I hope you guys all walk the road to with us to in a few weeks. But up next is a
a bunch of friends of mine, and one particular friend who's a dear friend of mine, and I've had the pleasure of knowing him really ever since I moved to Seattle, and he's going through a battle with fucking cancer right now. And I say fucking cancer, I'm sorry, I know you're videotaping, I'm sorry, but fuck cancer. And we're doing a fundraiser for him to raise money to help support him and support his medical bills and just show him how much we love him. There's going to be more information about that from our friend Isaac over here, telling you how you can help that. And you know, so much of what we do as musicians requires you know, support and love from fellow musicians. You know, our life is a very unique one, and we share it with each other. And he's a very dear and special friend to me and to us. And so it says it's hashtag RGPNC. It should say RGPFC. You know what I'm saying? Fuck cancer. But that's the hashtag, and I want you guys to go to it and look it up and fund it because he's got songs to sing, and we want to hear him sing it. So, and you'll hear it next time. So, or up next. So.
Next time.
Troubles up and down the road, trials all the way round. I never knew what trouble was till my darling threw me down. None but hope, bag of clothes, my heartstrings broken to shreds, blues creeping on my body, queer notions flying through my head. Chops off my mind.
That might be it.
I've never worked for pleasure. Soak up the old rum alcohol and ease all troubles off my mind. Where the roses bloom and fade.
Thank you, folks. My name is Ben Hunter. This is Joe Siemens. We have CDs for sale. The lovely Tina Dietz is behind this big glass wall that you can go through. You can circumvent through this door in the back. They'll open that later, and then you can just rush. You can just rush the CD stand. I mean, you can just really just fucking go through it. I mean, you could rush it now if you wanted to. That would be sweet. It'll be on tape. It'll be immortalized. As you can see, Joe and I like to bob and weave between genres and styles and all types of things.
And as you may not be able to see, we do not play bluegrass, y'all.
Yeah, this is not a bluegrass show right now.
We do have a banjo, but that does not make it bluegrass. We play what we like to call it is roots music. And so if your friends are like, oh man, that first duo, I don't even know what to call that. You call it roots music. You don't call it bluegrass.
Yeah.
Just a fun fact.
If we catch you calling us a bluegrass band, we're going to make you buy a CD.
Yep. And this next song will be on the CD.
With rope.
Yeah. Yeah, it won't be pretty, everybody. Forcible CD purchase is not a happy thing.
It's banned in a couple states.
That last song was from Doc Boggs. This next song comes from the great Leroy Carr, who wrote this song for his sugar.
Whom he was longing for.
We suspect.
Well, the name of the song is called Longing for My Sugar.
I'm longing for my sugar, Lord, and I don't want no one else. I'm longing for my sugar, Lord, and I don't want no one else. Well, I don't miss it so bad. Till I'm all by myself. I know when I quit her, oh Lord, I was doing wrong. I know when I quit her, Lord, I was doing wrong. Now I got trouble in my mind. It's trying to get her back home. Fussing and fighting ain't the way to get along. Fussing and fighting ain't the way to get along. Caused me a world of trouble. Done broke up my happy home.
Tell it to me now.
daytime. I can't sleep a wink in the night. I can't work in the daytime. I can't sleep a wink in the night. Thinking the woman I love ain't been treated right. That's the truth, man. Thanks, everybody. We have the great good fortune to be partners with Wintergrass, and they have supported us in our work as educators. We like to teach young people, and really all people, that we can get our talents into about roots music. And so we run a program in South Seattle called the Rhapsody Project. And Ben and I started about 5 years ago, and now it's expanded and is a partnership between, it's a collective of right now 4 musicians and teachers who all go into schools and hold community events and try to educate people about the origins of this music and its power to bring people together across cultural and racial barriers throughout the country.
It's really a future fan base.
Yeah. It's just swooping them up young. It's a cynical ploy to have fans in another 20 years. And so, yeah, that's what it's about. And so with Wintergrass allows us to, they give us their children. They give us the teenagers that graduate from the incredible youth program that's been going for a long time, Wintergrass, and trains dozens, hundreds of musicians throughout the years. And when they graduate from the youth orchestra, the youth program, they hand them to the Rhapsody Songsters program. And myself and Ben and our partners Cameron and Tina
And Forrest
Merowitz,
sometimes Sheila,
yeah, our collective gets to educate them and take them behind the curtain at the festival and show them all the different ways that music can be a part of their life. And so
way to say that.
take them behind the curtain, take them backstage at the festival, let's say that way.
That's much better. It's a much better way to do that.
And
It's a different time now, Joe.
yes,
We're in the age
indeed.
of branches now, not
Yes,
just
indeed.
roots.
Yeah. It's a different time for me too.
Anyways, we fuck around with the kids, and we get to have a lot of fun, and they get to have a lot of fun, and it's really valuable, right? Because the only way that this music stands the test of time is if it gets passed down. And with all the distractions that happen in this world, with Facebooks and the Instagrams and the screens and stuff, it's really hard to have the time or the focus or the patience to play this music and learn something like this and pass these stories down. And so we're really grateful to Wintergrass for giving us the opportunity to be able to do that. With that said, since we don't have much time, we're going to try and fit 2 songs into this, even though we've been told kind of one song, but he kind of did this. So we're going to play a song now called Yellow Dog Blues. All right, we're gonna do one little quick song about a guy we all know and thought we loved.
Stalin wasn't Stalin when he told the beast of Berlin that they'd never rest contented till they had driven him from the land. So he called the Yanks and English and proceeded to extinguish the Fuhrer and his vermin. This is how it all began.
Now the devil, he was reading in the good book one day how the Lord created Adam to walk the righteous way. And it made the devil jealous. He turned green up to his horns, and he swore by things unholy that he'd make one of his own. So he packed up 2 suitcases full of grief and misery, and he caught the midnight special going down to Germany. And he mixed his lies and hatred with fire and brimstone. Then the devil sat upon it. That's how Adolf was born. Now Adolf got the notion that he was the master race, and he swore to bring new order and put mankind in his place. So he set his scheme in motion and was winning everywhere until he up and got the notion for to kick that Russian bear. Well, now Stalin wasn't Stalin when he told the beast of Berlin that they'd never rest contented till they had driven him from the land. So he called the Yanks and English and proceeded to extinguish the Fuhrer and his vermin. This is how it all began.
Yes, he kicked that noble Russian, but it wasn't very long before Adolf got suspicious that he had done something wrong. See, that bear grabbed the Fuhrer and gave him an awful fight. 17 months he scrapped the Fuhrer, tooth and claw, day and night. Then that bear smacked the Fuhrer with the mighty armored paw, and Adolf broke all records running backwards to Caw. Then Goebbels sent a message to the people everywhere that if they couldn't help the Fuhrer, God don't help that Russian bear. Well, now
Stalin wasn't Stalin when he told the beast of Berlin that they'd never rest contented till they had driven him from the land. So he called the Yanks and English and proceeded to extinguish the Fuhrer and his vermin. This is how it all began.
Now that bear called on his buddy, the noble fighting Yank, and they sent the Fuhrer running with their ships and planes and tanks. Now the Fuhrer's having nightmares, cause the Fuhrer knows darn well that the devil's done rose to welcome on his residence in hell. Now Stalin wasn't Stalin when he told the beast of Berlin that they'd never rest contented till they had driven him from the land. So he called the Yanks and English and proceeded to extinguish the Fuhrer and his vermin. This is how it all began. How it all began. Wow. Thank you all so very much. My name is Ben Hunter. This is Joe Siemens.
Please grab a CD outside, everybody.
Next
Thank
up,
you.
Dead Grass.